Holy crap, quick, while it's sunny, let's get a little tour in here to my Dalton Farm settlement. I just wanted to make this quick video. It'll probably be basically the first video I put up on YouTube, so hopefully you all enjoy this. I've done a little bit of junk decorating and a little bit of this and that, and just tried to kind of fill in this settlement and um, make it feel natural and organic. And most of my settlements are kind of organic. They kind of change and flow as new ideas come to me or new needs arise, or obviously new crafting materials and those types of things happen up. So here I built a just a bunkhouse. I actually needed one more bed, so I built this bunkhouse, threw in a couple extra beds, and put it right next to where the caravanners come in. And this actually turned out to be a nice little congregation spot for the caravanners. And they've actually been here for like 3 days now, so I don't know why they're not leaving. But hey, you know, I guess the beds are just that great. So I like to make sure that all of my settlers are busy doing something. I hate just having them stand around. So when in doubt, I throw up a defensive stand, or I will actually put in one of the scavenging stations to keep them busy. That is, if I don't have enough of the vending stalls or something like that for them. So here I used the barn stuff, and I made myself a little crafting shack so I could do my armor and my weapons. And then I put in some storage here to store some of the items for this here would be for junk decorating and stuff like that. But then I also stored a lot of my different armor pieces here, and a lot of those are legacy armor pieces. I may or may not ever use them, but it gives me someplace to put them. And I may, end up outfitting my settlers, so it gives a nice little storage area. One of the things that I've noticed out here on this dock area is nothing sits on the ground, and I'm kind of curious if anybody else has noticed that. You'll see that the picnic table is up off the ground, and anything that I put out here is up off the ground. The only thing actually that's not up here off the ground is the Nuka Cola vending stall. I had to rug glitch it in close to the railing here, so I don't know if that has something to do with it, but it's definitely very odd. You can see that this crate here, the steamer trunk that I put in, it is what looks like 6 inches off the ground. It's just I don't know what it is about this. Looks like this the scavenging station's up off the ground. Just really weird. I don't know why that is, but definitely has a strange effect on things. So again, I like to make my settlers do stuff, and of course, you always need some place to sell off any of the loot that you don't need or want. So put in a little loot stand and that type of thing. So then we come around here to my. I wanted to take you know do my kind of take on one of the ideas that Davey at No Respawns did on kind of a restaurant bar type thing, and so I used the barn stuff, and I built this little open air cafe,
Whatever.
and um, just kind of built it inside, and you can see I put in the grill
Bring it
and the
on.
stove over
I
here
can take
with
it.
a little bit of junk decorating, and as I most of my stuff is like in sanctuary and that type of thing. So as I find more stuff, I just kind of put it out here
No, no, that's
and
fine.
make it feel a bit more like um, like it's lived in and that type of thing. One of the things I was very proud of was offsetting these building foundations here. What I did was I used one of these smaller steps and used a one of the single squares to put on it, and then I stacked another step on top of it, so that made it two of these steps high. And if you get it lined up within one of these squares where the square would stick on the outside, the single square would stick on the outside of the foundation, and you get it two stairs up, then if you get it set right, then you can use these out of the barn area. You can use these steps to basically offset it, and you can hook the foundation onto that. It wasn't absolutely perfect. I must have been off just a little bit because you can see a bit of a gap. But I think, from the front, it kind of came out pretty good. It gave me the effect that I really wanted. Just a nice little step up. I think it adds a little bit of character and texture and that type of thing to it. So, just kind of curious what everybody thought, if they like that, what have you. So, and you can see that I put in um, quite a bit of junk fences. I went all the way from this turret stand all the way to the gate at the far end of the settlement, and I just went all the way down through there. Um, but this area is, as many of you guys know, is very unlevel, and so it can be a bit of a challenge to build here. And so I just kind of came through and built bunkhouses. I really don't care for having large bunkhouses like this. I'm kind of moving in through a lot of my other settlements into single rooms for each settler that is there. But I started getting settlers in here pretty quick, so I just had to kind of get something built for them to make sure that I had plenty of beds for them. I think there's a total of 18 settlers here, so I needed beds for all of them. One of the things that I like to do is I like to put all of my generator stations inside of a building if I can. And the barns work out really well because you can put in the window and just put the wire through. Um, uh, Draco Invictus, he suspected that one of his wiring issues was using the wire glitch, where you could glitch through the walls and that type of thing. And so I kind of, it seemed logical to me, so I decided not to do any more wire glitching than I absolutely had to. But with my desire to keep the generators inside of some sort of a building and kind of out of sight, out of mind, I kind of need to do something, and having those windows works out well. So here's another small little shack here. Gives a little bit more space to for settlers to sleep, and I like to build these tower stands, and it's kind of like a take on something like No Respawns and Draco Invictus and a few other people have done, where they build these tower stands, and I just put a ladder up, throw up a couple turrets. Usually I use the heavy laser turrets, and depending on the location and the angle and that type of thing, I might throw up a missile turret. But I've found that if you get any attackers in the middle of your settlement, those missile turrets can kill off your settlers, and that can be a bit disconcerting. So I try to keep the missile turrets down to a minimum if I can. And here I built just a chem stations where I could come in here and do any crafting on the chem station if I needed to. Gives me a place to kind of take care of that and blend it in and make it look like it's something that would kind of naturally be here. So um, this is pretty much the entire tour. I found it interesting and fun to try to build this little walkway over here, and kind of keep that and to make it look like something that would need to be done and that type of thing. So, um, and then likewise here, I kind of was trying to have fun making some sort of elevation changes here, and so I built that in. Oh, look, we can see that I'm actually getting attacked, so that should be fun. See how well the fences are actually going to do for this. Um, have all my settlers kind of going nuts. It'd be a great way to end my in my little video. So I'm actually going to stop recording so I can take care of this, and we'll see what everybody thinks. Thanks.